Yo, what's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's Kevin Forte, and today we are going to take a look at the Washington Capitals, bringing back a former friend in Spencer Carbery to be the next head coach of the Washington Capitals. So my thoughts are really positive. Now, maybe it's a little bit biased because he's a former Hershey Bears head coach, but this is a guy, in my opinion, that is a perfect fit for the Washington Capitals. Now, we know how things have gone for the Capitals since Barry Trotz left, right? Barry Trotz left the team in 2019, or 2018, after they won the Stanley Cup, ends up going to the Islanders. And, I hate to say their last two guys, in my opinion, were not a good fit. Todd Reirden, kind of from the start, just seemed like it wasn't going to work. And kind of the same thing with Laviolette. It seemed like they just went for the best name out there, but not the best fit. And that's something that I think people don't understand is, yes, the best coach available might not necessarily be the best fit for your particular team. And that's something that I think the Capitals kind of didn't really understand when they picked up Peter Laviolette and even to a lesser extent Todd Reirden. But I think with Spencer Carbery, what's interesting with him is he's been coaching at the pro level since 2010. He played with the South Carolina Stingrays from 2008 to 2010, and then he ended up becoming an assistant coach there. Really worked his way up from the ground up, right? The ultimate rags to riches story. He ended up being with the South Carolina Stingrays for 5 seasons as an assistant, ended up becoming a head coach, went to the Saginaw Spirit of the OHL for a season. He ended up going to Providence with the Providence Bruins as an assistant in 2017-2018, and then for 3 seasons has been the head coach of the Hershey Bears, where honestly, the funny thing is they didn't really have that good of a run during that time. From 2019 to 2021, they made it to the second round of the playoffs in 2019 and then missed the playoffs the following 2 seasons. So Spencer Carbery ended up taking his talents up to Toronto for the past 2 years, where he has been an assistant coach behind Sheldon Keefe and the Leafs. But now he comes back into the Washington Capitals umbrella as he spent time with South Carolina for 5 years, 3 seasons with Hershey, and now comes back to be the next head coach of the Washington Capitals. I think it's a perfect fit, the ultimate rags to riches story of an NHL coach, and he's still fairly young at 41 years old. That's fairly young in coaching. This is a really good fit, and I think a lot of the younger players in Washington, guys like Dylan Strome, Hendrix Lapierre, Connor McMichael, Alexei Protas, Alexander Alexiev, all those younger players on the Capitals are probably like, yes, because they're going to see more ice time. And that was part of the criticism with Peter Laviolette, was they really weren't playing the younger players. It was all the veterans getting the big minutes, which I understand, but you have to develop your future, and the Capitals weren't really going down that path, really not going in that direction, and I think that's going to change now. And I think this is where maybe you've overseasoned some of those guys like Lapierre and McMichael and some of those other guys. They're coming up to the NHL next year, and I can tell you, I saw the Hershey Bears last season. They were a great hockey team, and you even look at them right now. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals, probably going to the Calder Cup final. There's a reason that they are where they are, and they have the talent, they have the draft picks, they have the development, and some of that credit has to be given to Carbery. And what's nice about this too is he's developed a lot of these guys. Even going to the ECHL, he's developed a lot of these guys through the system of the Capitals, so he's seen a lot of these players that are on the Capitals today. So I think this is just a perfect fit. He has some experience, and now he's going to get a chance as an NHL head coach, which I think is very, very exciting. I think this is a great fit for the Capitals, and I want to hear what you guys think down below. What do you guys think of the Capitals bringing in Spencer Carbery as their next head coach? He was being interviewed around the country. He was being interviewed, I think the Maple Leafs had considered him for a minute, but they still have the whole thing with Keefe, so that was on the table. I definitely think he looked at Nashville because he does have ties to Barry Trotz when he was with the Washington Capitals. So I think Nashville was on his radar. Columbus was on his radar. There were a couple of teams in there, but I'm glad to see that he ended up going back to his roots in Washington. So guys, that's it for today's video. Guys, make sure to use our discount code at checkout. We've got some Goal Line Hockey merch in the links down below. We've got mugs, t-shirts, sandals, and one of our newer products, a summer tank top. My shipment's coming in next week, so I'm really excited for that, so I can show off some of that merch for you guys. But make sure to pick up some of that as well. Also use our promo code at check out for GLH. That is our promo code for 10% discount at Built Bar. They've got some really good Built Bars out there right now. They've got some new Puff Bars. They've got the granola bars they just recently came out with. And they're even coming out with a chocolate milk that's high in protein. So make sure to check out all of those products if you're interested. Guys, that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again next time. Peace.